So 2 of those were some of those Knoxville schools.
Ready?
I can't remember the other one. The other ones. I looked that up though. I probably should have brought that with me.
Yeah, that's everybody's going to want to know.
But yeah, just 12 schools have a winning record against Alcoa, and in all the teams they've ever played in history.
He left today, though.
I am doing the camera, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to know that
He jumped on it. Said he jumped on
with
it there.
playing more than
No, go ahead.
5 times or 10.
Okay, so that would change things.
Yeah.
I was talking to Trevor asking the question. I'm good. I've got 40 seconds.
I may be able to look that up real quick, honestly.
What's up, son?
Rod just pulled a wad of cash out and gave it to that athletic director there.
Hey, Joe Lane down there got a big old bald spot.
Who?
Joe Lane!
Hell, he's had that for years.
I don't think I knew that.
Hey.
He's too busy looking at his face as he's screaming at you.
Yeah.
That forehead will eat you.
He did always have a pink pants for him.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so
You get her?
Chattanooga.
Hey, if you're going to carry conversation, remember,
Chattanooga is one of those schools, and it's not a school anymore.
thanks.
But Chattanooga beat them twice.
Yeah.
So
So when you guys do the check tonight, that young man that was down there with
Yeah.
me,
Sam
Sam
Long.
Long.
Write it down.
Excuse me. He'll be here Thursday, though. Yeah. He won't be here next Thursday. He being David.
okay, Cleveland.
Tennessee?
Yeah,
That's fine.
Cleveland has a winning record against
They're
Alcoa.
still score.
1, 4, and 1. So that's 5 games.
If that.
Corbin, Kentucky. They only played them once. David
Well, I'm talking
Lipscomb.
about yours.
Lipscomb Academy. They played them 3 times.
No.
I think the one time Alcoa beat them was in a state title game.
That's what I think in like the
Slow.
2010 or something.
Yeah, it's not that long ago. It was the Gainesville 4-1. Jefferson City, which is also no longer a program, right?
I was like, I don't even know who the hell that is.
No, actually, that is a program.
What's it called? Jefferson City?
Jefferson City.
I didn't get your message.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, maybe not. Yeah, they've not been in school since 1974.
Because you got one of those. Yeah. You guys doing real good.
Knox Central. Alcoa is 1-4 versus Knox Central.
Cheaper right now. Now it's 14.
Wow. I'd have never guessed that, would you?
Knox West, Knox South, which is no longer a school,
RUD warming up for tonight's big game. We are Kingston. We are Kingston. We are Kingston. We are Kingston.
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org. You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice.
You have to go all the way back to 2013 to find a victory for the Rockwood Tigers over the Kingston Yellow Jackets. As hard as it may be to believe for a program as established as Rockwood's, the Tigers only have 4 victories in this series over the last 20 years. In the year 2013, Brian Pankey took the reins at Rowan County High and went 0-10. Obviously, one of those losses was to John Webb's program and alma mater. Looking in the past is necessary to view trends, but looking at what's trendy may be the better indicator of what kind of game we'll have tonight. Rockwood returned 14 players from the 2021 campaign that went 8-4. Most of those returning players played key roles. Kingston brought back 12 starters, but among those weren't a quarterback, a leading rusher, and 3 from the offensive line. The smaller school in this contest, the one that has had only 18 wins in 67 tries, may be the more successful team overall this season, or at least that's probably what a betting man would say. But we have to remember that sometimes sports are circumstantial, which could be the case tonight, as Kingston will dress more players in the game where both offensive systems are designed to wear down opponents. It's a Rowan County rivalry, so add that to the drama tonight as well on your OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, reckintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by my colleague, who is a jack of all trades, but master of 2, beef and football, Coach James Hoot Gibson, as we welcome you into our Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. With over $20 million worth of homes sold in her 5 years of experience, you can trust Elaine to take care of you. Call 423-334-0070 or 423-619-6748. Those numbers on your screen to get Elaine working for you today. Okay, so to you, your passion for football runs through your blood, as your papaw spent some time with both of these programs, and you're very familiar with this rivalry. How do these schools feel about each other?
Well, it's a rivalry that goes really deep. These kids have been playing each other since they were little, 5 years old on the football field. So they know each other well, and they always want to try to play tough against each other. This is a huge rivalry, and every Kingston coach is judged by his Rowan County record, especially against the likes of Rockwood, okay? Both of these programs are traditionally 2 of the top teams in Rowan County. with both having a state championship trophy hanging out in their facilities, okay? I'm expecting some slobber knocking tonight.
I would have to agree. It's two programs. They both love to run the football, and I think I can comfortably say to our viewers that that is your daddy's style of football. How do Rockwood and Kingston compare in that aspect?
Well, both of these teams, they've run different styles of the same offense for the past 40-plus years. It's no secret what each of these teams is going to do, and that's run the football.
That's right. So we're a little less than half an hour away from kickoff. I'm looking up at the clock. It says we've got 24 and a half minutes. So we'll take a look around the area, preview our game tonight when we get back on the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Realty pregame show.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
We are the Clinton High School cheerleaders here at ORUD, warming up for tonight's big game. Ready? G-O! Go! Dragons go! G-O! Go! Dragons go! G-O! Go! Dragons go! Go Dragons!
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice. Let's go, Tigers!
When should you get to
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week as we are in our Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine Walden with over $20 million of property sales, serving the local area and over 5 years of experience. Give Elaine a call today and let her take over for all of your real estate needs. Elaine Walden of Wartburg grad, just like you and I, my friend.
Yeah, very successful realtor, guys in our area, and there's nobody else that you could trust. Oh my gosh, as Coach Larry Davis comes up and grabs us on air.
He doesn't care. You know, there's a lot of professionalism that goes into what we do. We certainly don't joke around or mess around or anything. He doesn't care about any of that.
He doesn't, but former teacher of the Elaine Walden there.
That's right.
Is Larry Davis, but she is somebody that you can trust making those very important decisions in a very nervous time, is when you're moving or selling a home or trying to purchase a home. Listen, guys, it's nerve-wracking, and Elaine Walden can help navigate that process for you. Give her a phone call.
And you can call those numbers on your screen. So enough about that, because we've got to talk about some football around the area. You know, Gibbs is 3-1 for the first time since 2015, following a close victory last night in a back-and-forth affair with Central at Carson Newman. The loss gives the Bobcats the inverse record of 1-3 for the first time since 2007. It's kind of awkward since Gibbs will play most of its home games this season at Central while awaiting completion of a new stadium. That aside, how good is the school in Kenny Chesney's old stomping grounds?
Man, I tell you, they're pretty good this year. That's exciting. I haven't seen Gibbs this good probably since 2015. They are legit and have a loaded backfield with running backs by committee. They have 3 backs that could be the number 1 running back on several other teams.
You know, the matchup that everyone will be looking at tonight while watching their school of choice, of course, is Maryville-Alcoa. Some trivia for you. Alcoa has played against 127 different teams. Do you know how many of those schools have a winning record against the Tornadoes?
Not many.
Not many. That answer is 12.
12
wow, out of 127, yeah. And out of those, 1 is Gainesville High School in Florida, which defeated the Tornadoes back in 1968. And 4 of those are no longer even schools today. None of those schools have been more dominant than Maryville, though, in a rivalry that has taken place every single year since 1927 except 2. The Rebels have won 64 times. Alcoa coach Brian Nix is getting his first shot at the big brother of Blount County, but he served as defensive coordinator for his predecessor, Gary Rankin. On the other hand, head coach Derek Hunt will defend his unblemished record against Alcoa, as he's now 5-0 in the series. I was interested to see who Jesse Smithy was taking in this one, which I could find out by being a subscriber of 5starpreps.com, his website. I won't tell you just who he's picking, because, you know, you got to pony up for that. You got to subscribe to Jesse Smithy's 5-Star Preps for that. But I will tell you that he predicted a 1-point game. Luckily for those non-subscribers, he's not the only guru in town. Guru Hoot, who wins it?
Well, listen, the 94th Battle of Pistol Creek is one of the state's most historic rivalry games. The talent that is on that field when these two teams meet is a college coach's dream. So much talent on the field, you don't even have to travel. You know, it also makes these two teams Tennessee football superpowers. It helps them win like they do due to the talent that they have. Maryville depth usually always plays a major factor later in the second half, but this year I'm going against the popular opinion, and I'm predicting the Alcoa Naders to get their first win over the Rebels since 2018. Write it down.
Write it down.
Write it down.
It's coming. All right, so for what it's worth, CoachT.com has a weekly pick'em contest, and 86% of those voters believe Maryville will prevail in what I think should be called the battle for McGee-Tyson Airport myself instead of the Battle of Pistol Creek, but, you know, they didn't ask me. Hey, Jordan Potts returned as quarterback for Powell last week in a 42-28 region win against Carnes. Tonight, the Panthers have Science Hill at home. Potts was limited last week and played more of a game manager type role, which makes sense because he was coming off of an injury. It's not a game that will mean anything come playoff time, tiebreakers aside, so it could be a great week to work on getting ready for the rest of that brutal region schedule. What do you think about this one?
I think Potts, the Tennessee Tech commit, will absolutely go off tonight. After a couple weeks, able to, you know, rehab that shoulder a little bit. And I think they will throw the ball all over the field tonight, utilizing those talented wide receivers.
And I look forward to seeing the box score of that one and reading what happened in that game, because Science Hill, 6A team, played some teams in this area already, but that will be a good test for Powell. As we look up at the clock, 16 minutes until kickoff, so we will take care of that, and we'll go to a break now. When we get back, we'll talk a little bit more about games in the area, but also preview tonight's game as well. We're in Kingston on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
When should you get tested for COVID-19? You have symptoms of COVID-19, such as runny nose, congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this new 2022 F-150 4x4 $39,990. 2022 Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive $51,245. 2022 F-150 4x4 Super Crew $62,240.
Local you trust, performance you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership. I-75 exit 122 or shop us online at rayvarnerford.com.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well...
And if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And welcome back to Kingston, where tonight it is Rockwood at Kingston for your OEB Law Game of the Week. And welcome back into our Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine, with over $20 million in sales, over 5 years of experience, a good person that I can tell you that I know personally. Give her a call to start your real estate journey tonight. Let her work for you The number's on your screen there, 423-619-6748, and also 423-334-0070. We mentioned earlier that Elaine, a graduate from Wartburg. Well, Wartburg is in action tonight, taking on Oakdale at home, and Coalfield is on the road at Sunbright this week. So right now, I feel pretty confident in saying that the Yellow Jackets and Eagles are going to come away with a victory tonight, okay? Which would put both teams at 4-0, setting up a really fun TV matchup for us next week. Morgan County is going full war with itself tonight. What are your thoughts there?
There's going to be a lot of popping going on across the mountain tonight as Sunbright always plays Coalfield tough in the first half. But I expect for the Jackets to roll over the Tigers for a major victory. But keep an eye on that Oakdale at Wartburg game, as this could be a little bit closer than expected if the Bulldogs are finally healthy.
So last week, Oakdale played Midway, and we were trying to follow that score as it progressed, and Midway was up to start the fourth quarter 14-0. Oakdale scored 3 touchdowns and got 3 two-point conversions to come away with a 24-14 victory. So they kept that undefeated streak alive, but they needed the fourth quarter to allow that to happen. Let's observe a moment of silence.
Thank you. Now will you please stand?
And now we will get ready to bring you the national anthem, courtesy of the Roane County Band. National anthem tonight, performed by the Roane County High School Marching Band, also known as the Kingston Marching Band. I tell you what, we are about 6.5 minutes from kickoff, so let's go ahead and preview tonight's game. All right, both of these teams love to run the football, right? But they don't do it exactly the same way. What are the differences between what Brian Pankey does versus what John Webb does?
Well, they both pull guards, you know, so they lead straight to the pass blocker up the field. So it really just depends. It's the same offense. They basically run the same thing. They pull the guards, and they use them for lead blockers to get upfield. I expect Kingston to attack off tackle just a little bit more tonight to try to wear out this Rockwood off defense early, use the depth, and try to separate themselves a little bit later tonight. I'd like to see Kingston throw the football a little bit more.
So they're going to run kind of a flex bone and then a version of it and also a wing tee. Really quick fact about the wing tee. Or I'm sorry, really quick fact about the triple option. Did you know that the triple option was first run in Wartburg, Tennessee?
By the one and only Homer Rice.
That's right. Homer Rice coached Wartburg in 1951, went undefeated, and they said that he said that he would agree to coach that team if he could get some uniforms. The only way he could get those uniforms was if they could use and borrow from the prison there, from Brushy Mountain Prison. And the prison said, oh, yeah, you can use some of our uniforms, but you've got to coach the prison team too. Well, guess what? He did that too. Yep. And the prison team went undefeated that year. Yeah. So the very next year, Homer Rice left Wartburg, went to Spring City, went almost undefeated, only lost one game to the Rockwood Tigers. That is the only loss he has in his high school coaching career, Rockwood, which we will see on the field tonight, running a variation of the offense that he brought to football. So that's really interesting. Did you know that Coach John Webb is tied for 4th longest tenured active football coach in Tennessee with the same school with 26 years experience? You know, Brian Pankey is the 4th longest tenured active football coach in Class 3A with 9 years under his belt. This rivalry is a staple of the area, but these coaches are establishing themselves as staples as well. We saw Kingston rotating quarterbacks when we saw them against Oliver Springs. Some people might argue that if you've got 2 quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback. That's somewhat interesting because Rockwood has 2 players on its roster who have also gotten the starting nod in Landon Watts and Dryston Turner. Watts will get the nod tonight, and Turner will play an important role as wide receiver. What's your opinion on Mason Martin and Ryland Gettner playing quarterback for Kingston?
Well, both of these guys are very talented, mobile quarterbacks, but I really think Gettner is your offensive difference maker at the running back position. Martin brings enough to the position of quarterback to let Gettner focus on the running back and let Martin have at it. Whoever the better passing quarterback is, you know, that needs to be starter because Kingston has got to throw the football more than what they have in the past.
When Martin is taking snaps, Gettner fills a role as running back. When Gettner takes snaps, Martin is on the sidelines. But both schools will get the ball into the hands of the guys who know what to do with it. Rockwood will rely on Turner, but also Gerald Pudge Hannibal and Dakota Waldo, who I feel like should be a senior in college at this point. Kingston will try to get it to Gettner, Javaris Gallagher, and Parker Jones. They do what they do very, very well.
Yeah, this is high school football game. It will be like you're going back to the 60s or 70s. I expect very few throws. I mean, Rockwood or Kingston beat Oliver Springs, didn't even throw the ball once. So this is going to be an old school football game, and whoever leads in rushing will probably win this game.
Well, when we had Kingston earlier this season, they played Oliver Springs. They threw the ball 2 times, and both of those were incompletions. So now we get to this point as we see the coin toss in the air. And Rockwood has won the coin toss, and they will defer to the second half. When you've got a team that loves to run the football, field position is very important. Not that surprising to see them defer to the second half. So we're at this point in it. Death, taxes, and your buddy asking you for keys to the game are a certainty in life. Let's do that third one now.
Rockwood has to win on special teams, and they must force several turnovers while having minimum penalties tonight. Kingston has got to control the line of scrimmage, on the clock, rotate players in and out for depth to try to wear out this Rockwood team.
And since they do play similar styles, the defense sees the offense a lot, or that kind of offense. So you think, you know, both of these teams are going to kind of know what's coming at them a little bit. But I think that depth is the reason why Rockwood does not have more wins against Kingston. Kingston is, in fact, the bigger school, and I think that plays a huge part in this game.
Traditionally speaking, you know, Kingston's sporting a 20 to 30 more person roster than any of these other Roane County teams. So traditionally they really, you know, pour the depth in and wear out that team, running a lot of east-west plays, sideline to sideline, to try to wear out those smaller teams. And you know, it's worked. It's had a lot of success in the second half of playing these smaller Roane County teams. So I'm excited for tonight. This Rockwood team is bringing a different type of energy.
And you see Kingston, they are about to run out onto the field from their locker room, just in front of some concession stands there. You know, you sent something earlier to us, which I find very interesting, because earlier you stated how both of these schools are sporting state championship trophies in their schools. And really interesting how Rockwood got theirs in 1976. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a trivia going on here with the who kicked the winning field goal in the 1976 Single A state championship. as the Kingston Yellow Jackets run onto the field. If anybody out there knows that, drop us a message because it's pretty interesting. We'll come back later on, answer that question. Who kicked the winning field goal in the 1976 Single A state championship?
And what was the final score to that?
3-2.
It's called football.
For a reason.
There you go. So, really excited for this matchup tonight. This game hasn't been, it's been within 2 scores for all but, 12 times in the last 20 years. So it's been kind of close, but not really. Kingston has dominated, as you would probably expect them to do. But I think tonight is a different story, as Kingston is expected to be not as good as last year. And it's as they return so many players. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the Elaine Wald and East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Give her a to get started on your real estate journey today as we get set for the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. It will be Rockwood kicking to Kingston.
Football fans, are you ready?
And Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations in Harriman and Wartburg to serve you. 865-882-2000, 346-2011. And that kickoff is taken for Kingston, and the ball is on the ground.
Rockwood football.
Rockwood has it.
What a play. Looked like number 28. Trevin True falling on that football, the young freshman. See if we can see on the replay coming up here. What a play for the Rockwood Tigers on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, that kickoff was by Hayden McLean, and then Javaris Gallagher takes the kick. Looks like he's going to have a really good return, but he's holding that football loosely. And there it is. Rockwood will take over early, up to the line of scrimmage. It's Landon Watts in the backfield. Look at this set. Watts with a quarterback keeper and plows ahead to the 21 on that Hammers 1st and 10. Pickup of about 8. We'll bring up 2nd and short.
Rockwood has all the meat on the football field right now. They brought out a heavy formation, running that football right between the right tackle and tight end. Picked up a pretty good game.
This time they will set up to the left, and they took off a little bit too early that time as Watts came out of the game. And Dryston Turner went into the game for that play.
Looks like Jared Hannibal might have moved a little bit early at that fullback position.
5-yard penalty, move the ball back to the 26-yard line. 2nd down, 8.
So instead of a 2nd and 3, Rockwood will face a 2nd and 8.
Kingston coming out with a 4-man front, 5-man front.
And Hannibal moves early. Oh, I'm sorry, I believe that was actually Turner that moved early. As for Rockwood, Dakota Waldo Jolly was in there at running back.
Rockwood's got to settle down a little bit. Running back's moving a little early.
Can't have that.
No. You cannot give Kingston anything. You can't have a lot of penalties and expect a big win here. So got to get this straightened out quick. Kingston coming out in the 5-man front.
This time it's Waldo Jolly again in the backfield. The snap is too high. The ball's on the ground, and he's able to fall on it. Ball at the 41-yard line. Huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and a bunch. You see on your Chuck Fleischman replay, the snap was just a little bit too high. They've got to make the 19, ball spotted at the 41. So if my math is correct, that will make it 3rd and 22.
The senior there, number 1, Dakota Waldo Jolly, really coaching up that center to not allow that to happen again.
So kind of disastrous for both teams to start this game.
Yeah, pretty sloppy football so far to speak. Let's see what happens here.
This time, Watts lines up at quarterback with Hannibal in the backfield. Watts will drop back to pass, rolls to his left, lets it fly. There's a man there. It's Turner, and Turner is interfered with. On the coverage there for Kingston was Mason Martin, and that's going to be a penalty.
Flag on the play. Pass interference, Kingston.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. Does not result in an automatic first down.
Big 15-yard penalty. And what a ball release by the Rockwood quarterback. He threw that ball right to his wide receiver. And when you put the ball in there close like that, sometimes you get penalties like that. So great job by the Rockwood quarterback of slinging that football.
It was a great ball, and Turner had an opportunity to catch that if he hadn't been interfered with. So in high school, that is not an automatic first down. So that's why Rockwood will now have it 3rd and 8. So now Turner will take the direct snap. He's going to roll to his right and let it go to the left, and this time he's trying to find Watts, and that pass is intercepted. So both teams with a turnover to start this game, and Kingston will start their second drive, or actually the first drive of the game, at the 20-yard line.
The talented senior Gallagher come down with that interception. What a play by the senior Kingston Yellow Jacket. High pointing the football. That's right. Slam that ball down, son. Big time play.
Gallagher had 2 interceptions against Oliver
Springs. He's a ball hawk, guys. Coaches, if you're out there watching this, you need to be giving that young man a phone call.
James Hoot Gibson always thinking of the recruiting side of things as well. So now we're going to get our first look at Kingston, and it's Gettner at quarterback. Gettner keeps it going to his right, tries to find running room, gets up to about the 24. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 6.
Number 3, Isaac Wright, the senior cornerback for Rockwood there, did a really good job kind of holding that line of scrimmage, preventing a big play there. I'm sorry, number 3 for Rockwood, Eric Thurmond. Tight formation. Rockwood man-to-man coverage.
Gettner still at quarterback. Handoff goes to Jones. Jones loses the football. It's on the ground. Let's see who gets it. And I'm sorry, that's actually Carcel Whitehead with the carry. And he's able to jump on it himself.
What a play that time by Jaden Gilbert. Busted through the line of scrimmage, wreaking havoc in the backfield.
The second time the ball has been on the ground for Kingston so far. So let's see, Whitehead this time. He never had it. He just never had control of it. Kingston lucky to come away with it after that fumble. Ball's at the 19, which brings up 3rd and 11.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Man coverage.
Gettner back to pass. He lets it fly. Got a man there working it, and that pass is knocked away by Rockwood's Hayden McLean. Good coverage there by McLean, and Kingston goes 3 and out. See on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Great job by the DB, flipping his hips, getting his head turned around.
John Webb is on the sidelines. He liked it. So now Connell Littlefield in punt formation for Kingston. Littlefield hit the game-winning field goal last week with no time on the clock as Kingston defeated Brainerd 17-14. And this is a beauty of a punt. Turner back to catch it, does at his own 34. Turner makes a move upfield, breaks tackles, gets to the outside. He's still running. He's still running all the way down the sideline to the Kingston 20-yard line, and Turner makes it happen. Rockwood in Kingston territory for the 2nd time tonight.
Explosive play. Low snap to begin with, booming punt.
Beautiful punt.
Gives him a little bit of space here to work with. So many people he makes miss here.
Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Stiff arm, get off me.
7. It took that 8th player to get hands on Turner to bring him out of bounds.
Rockwood has got to have that type of confidence on this offensive drive.
So now Watts under center, sends Turner in motion. Handoff goes to Gerald Hannibal, and Pudge is brought down for a gain of none. 2nd and 10.
Hannibal, all 5'7", 240-pound running back, gets the underneath handoff, met by the Kingston Yellow Jacket linebacker.
And that looked kind of like a sloppy handoff there. Looked like Hannibal barely able to secure that.
Rockwood coming out in a tight flex bone.
Hannibal, lone man in the backfield. Watt's going to run the option. Pitch goes to Waldo Jolly. Waldo Jolly looking for running room. Gets it inside the 5-yard line. Brought down at the 3. It will be a Hammers 1st and goal for the Tigers.
I love watching that kid play football. He gives it his everything. One of the hardest running backs to tackle in East Tennessee.
And it just feels like he's been with this program forever. Finally a senior.
One making people miss. Look at his field vision. He can really see the angles he needs to run to.
You know that Rockwood's annual opponents are glad that they won't have to see him after this year. So now Watts comes out. That single back in the backfield is Hannibal. Hannibal does get the handoff, and he's working towards the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Rockwood.
Hannibal carries from the 4-yard line for the Tigers score.
Rockwood on the board first. We'll see this on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Everybody blocked down. Easy blocking, easy touchdown. Great job by the big running back of Rockwood.
Running right behind senior Nehemiah Story. Another great athlete, as on to attempt the extra point as McLean, but we've got a stoppage in play as we've got a flag.
Dead ball, offsides, Kingston.
Offsides Kingston. So now if you're John Webb, you thinking, hey, I've got some big guys here.
I do.
We like to run.
When you got Gerald Hannibal is 5'7",
and they're doing
240 pounds that can bench press a tractor. I believe I'm going to hand that football off right here.
So now Rockwood changes it up. They go from the 3-yard line to the 1.5-yard line, and they bring the offense onto the field to go for 2. Watts under center, same formation they scored with. Hannibal in the backfield, and gives it back to Hannibal. Hannibal plunges into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and Rockwood goes up 8-0 with 6:53 left to go in the first quarter of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey now joined by Tim Elrod of OEB Law, and you've been kind of sitting back here in the press box watching as this goes on. What did you think about Rockwood's start to this one?
You know, I think it's the, obviously you didn't want the penalties in the first series, but Rockwood came out ready to play. Kingston's a traditional powerhouse down here, and, success goes through Kingston. There's no doubt about that, but Rockwood has come to play, and they showed that the first series, and they showed that the first defensive series as well. So I think it's just going to be a great game tonight, a good old-fashioned ground and pound type game.
And the ball's on the ground again for Kingston. That's the third time tonight.
3 times is, that coach down there is probably going to get in somebody's ear and let them know that, when you touch the football, you need to hold on to it because good things can happen, as Rockwood has shown. But Kingston obviously needs to hold on to the ball and get their head in this ball game and start playing ball.
That one bonked off the shoulder pads of Carcel Whitehead. That gives him his second fumble of the day on your Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations in Wartburg and Harriman to serve you. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com. But yeah, so Whitehead had a knee on the ground as he went to pick that one up. So Kingston went 3 and out in its first series. So here is Gettner still in at quarterback. Gettner going to keep it, fake the jet sweep, tries to get around right side, and he does. Breaks into the open field, gets all the way up to the 35-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Hammers 1st and 10.
And again, not to really be on Rockwood's bandwagon here, but they have come to play tonight, and you know, that's a great thing to see out of Rockwood. You know, obviously a little bit smaller school in terms of the players being on the sidelines, and that later on tonight will show through when the Kingston depth comes out.
Big Nehemiah Story coming from that defensive end position to get that tackle. And now here is a handoff. And Landon Watts with a major tackle, but there's a flag on the play, so we'll have to see
that Chuck Flashman replay to see if you got a little bit of that face mask there.
Yeah, we got to see it. So it's a personal foul. It is a face mask. That is a 15-yard penalty and will result in another Hammers 1st and 10.
Yeah, they've been the refs are out in full force tonight, as they've been all season, throwing as many flags. You know, a lot of people complain about that. Well, they throw so many flags at the, you know, and let the kids play, and I'm a big proponent of that. But at the same time, we're at the high school level, and these kids need to learn. Did we not have?
There's no face mask, though. You see that clearly on the replay.
You know, these kids need to learn the fundamentals, so that's why usually during the early season you see a little bit extra laundry on the field.
Ball spotted at midfield that time for Kingston. It was Brackett with a carry, and now a handoff goes up the middle to Kane Ladd.
55 just stood him up and said, "You're not going much farther than me," and what's that, about a 2-yard gain maybe? So.
Yeah, maybe just one.
Yeah.
One and a little bit.
You know, tonight it may take explosive plays for Kingston to really get the momentum going, and they're certainly capable of that. But right now, Rockwood just, you know, outside of the penalties and the miscues, they look like they are in control of this game.
5:07 left to go in the first quarter. Gettner still in at quarterback. Gettner hands off to Gallagher. Gallagher gets up past the 45, down to about the 43. So a pickup of about 4 will bring up 3rd and short for Kingston.
Yeah, you know, when you watch Kingston run those jet sweeps like that, and Rockwood's just sitting there waiting on them on the edges, and they're not giving them anything over the middle, that's just daring Kingston to throw it. And you know, I think I was talking to somebody before the game and what the over-under was on passes thrown tonight, and I think we've seen 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sometimes it happens like that.
Sometimes.
So Gettner still in at quarterback. On for this 3rd and 4. Gettner going to keep it. Tries to get around left side. He cannot. But there is a flag.
Surely to goodness.
Landon Watts with the tackle again.
That might be in the offensive holding area there. And I love to see the good sportsmanship. These two teams are after each other tonight. There's no doubt about that. But if you watch after the plays on the Chuck Flashman replays, you're going to see a lot of good sportsmanship. You know, the guys out there patting the helmet, picking them up, get ready for the next play. Let's do it again.
And that's what it was. It was an offensive hold. We'll see if we can see it.
They just had him a little bit too long, it looked like. But
you see Landon Watts, number 10 there for Rockwood. He throws his hands up because he thought he got called for another penalty. But fortunately for Watts, it was not, as now Kingston faces a 3rd and 14.
We'll see if they put the ball in the air on this time.
Gettner sends a man in motion. Now he's going to roll to his right. Only has one man to throw it to, and it's almost picked off by Watts.
Number 10 is all over the field. You just can't stop his motor tonight, but I think we're going to see a hold or, you know.
I don't, if you're John Webb, I don't know if you don't think about just declining this thing.
Decline it and see what happens, but.
And they do, so that'll bring up 4th and 14. Now, keep in mind, Conan Littlefield is the punter, and he's a good one at that. So I could understand backing him up to get yourself a little bit more field position. But as you saw in that first punt, Dryston Turner is back there deep for Rockwood, and he has potential to make some big plays.
Absolutely, he does. And what a great crowd tonight, you know. There it goes, good kick. Kicked it away from him.
Oh, this one.
Put a little bit too much backspin on that 9-iron.
That's right. So It came backwards. It took a Rockwood bounce, and the ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line. This is the first drive out of 3 that Rockwood has started on their own side of the field.
And that, that's the breaks of the game, and we'll see if now we settle into the long play of the game and see what these two teams have. So, but the crowd tonight, absolutely outstanding. Rockwood has showed up. Kingston always shows up. What a great venue for a ball game, and good to be out in the community, and that's what we love to do.
These Roane County rivalries attract a lot of fans, as here's the Hammers 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Waldo Jolly, and he gets ahead for, I think, 4. They're going to give him 3.
Might get him 3 there.
Should bring up 2nd and 7.
I was listening to the game, after I left last week. I was driving over to Nashville, and I just want to say what a great call on a big game. Controversial game, to say the least, certainly from Clinton's point of view, but a great game, and really showed that Clinton is on the rise, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. And, the high snap, flag in the background, probably a false start. Rockwood's just continually digging themselves in a hole,
That's the 3rd false start for Rockwood tonight.
But yeah, as I was driving over to Nashville, listening to the game, listening to your alls, what a great call. Appreciate everything BBB 12 does. Brad Jones, you guys, what a first-class outfit that we're happy to be associated with, and just proud that you can put these games out in the community and get them to people to watch. And it's a good thing that you guys do, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, we really appreciate the compliment. That was a fun game to be a part of. As taking a reverse now is Waldo Jolly, and Jolly's finally taken out of bounds by Gallagher.
These Rockwood running backs, they are a boom pow type of running backs. They are north-south. They're not going to juke you. They're not going to jive you. They're just going to run straight at you, and if you can bring them down, bring them down. But they've come to play.
And Waldo Jolly, we've seen him for years.
Yeah.
But speaking of great outfits to be a part of and to be associated with, OEB Law is just all over the community, tries to make the community be a better place, tries to allow these teams to get on TV, and that's, next week we're going to have Oakdale for the very first time ever. They're going to be on this station, and
that's exciting.
Yeah, they've got a chance to start 4-0 this season for the first time in a while. It's a great thing that you allow us to do, and make no mistake, this could not happen without your partnership.
Well, it takes a team, and that's what we're all about, is giving back to the community, working with a good team, and that's kind of what we do for our clients. We're so fortunate to be able to help so many people, whether it's a car wreck, you've had some misunderstandings with the law, need a divorce, that kind of thing. We can help you out. But we use a great team to get it done, and that's what I like to be a part of, and we're so lucky to represent so many people and then turn around and give back to the communities that we're serving. That just kind of makes the perfect recipe for success, and that's what I like to do.
Now, there is a timeout on the field. It was taken by Rockwood. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Go to PattersonsAppliances.com to shop online for quality home appliances today. Now, before the game, I was telling you about a dream that I had where, there were some law enforcement officers that tried to do stuff that they shouldn't have done, and you stepped in and said, you know what, I'm going to represent you. Is that how that would play out in real life, you think?
Yeah, I guess so. First off, always happy to help, whether it's in your dreams or not. We turn wrecks into checks. That's what we do.
There you go.
Dreaming or not. Had a little short run there, 4th down for Rockwood. Let's see if they want to decide to air it out like they did last time they were in a situation like that. They're deep in their own territory, though. I don't know if the risk would be worth it, and it looks like they're going to punt.
Okay, so back deep to punt for Rockwood is Dryston Turner. He's special with the ball in his hands, but also he's a very good punter, too. Don't be fooled. But here's a fake. It goes to Gerald Hamill, and he loses it.
Pick up the ball. Did he get it back? No.
Oh. Punt. edge.
He punched the ground too. Yeah, I would too, man. There's no shame in that. Just got to hold on to that ball. What an excellent call out of the box. Surprised them. They would have had the first down, but it just didn't work out for them, and that's a testament to Kingston being ready to jump on a ball.
And that's Kane Ladd, the all-star linebacker for Kingston, just punches that thing free.
He had it right there and was looking for the end zone and forgot that hand.
So Kingston takes over with this Hammers 1st and 10 at the Rockwood 14-yard line.
There's a hold.
And yeah, I believe we will have a hold here. And then a very hard tackle there at the end as it's Carcel Whitehead getting the carry. But yeah, you got a hold on Kingston. That'll back them up 10 more yards and should bring up a Hammers 1st and 20.
Wow. You know, both these teams, you know they got to be kicking themselves. They want to get those penalty plays and negative plays out of their system, but they want to get those plays back. And when you keep doing those plays, you get what we have here, which is a lot of real estate moving, but nobody scoring.
Inside a minute and a half to play in this first quarter, and Rockwood is up 8-0. Rockwood doesn't normally go for 2-point conversions, but if you're just joining us, Kingston jumped off sides before the attempt and gave Rockwood an opportunity to. And now we've got another timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out our new store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville, now open for business. Tim Elrod, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure as always. I'm going to get out of here. What a great atmosphere, and I'm going to go to the Anderson County, Ray County game and see what happens there. But look forward to next week.
Sounds good. This is your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week, 1st and 20 for Kingston. Gettner still in at quarterback, and he's going to throw. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. Great play that time by Jaden Gilbert. Tipping that thing. We'll bring up 2nd and 20 as now we welcome back into our broadcast James Hoot Gibson.
Well, I got a really good time while you was in here with OEB Law to be able to kind of mingle with some of the crowd, and there is a lot of Kingston greats over here on this sideline tonight here for some of them for the first time in 20 years. I've seen a guy haven't seen in forever down here for Kingston. Came in from Montana. So you've got guys that's coming in for this rivalry game and catching up with each other as Gettner rolls out.
And now he's going to be pursued and take off up the middle.
Look at that.
Across the 40, across the 30, has one man to beat, and he can, as he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Rylan Gettner. What a play by Gettner as his pass play broke down. He changed directions and went straight up the middle, and he was pursued, and actually it was Hayden McLean that got paws on him, but able to power through that tackle at the end.
Nothing there. He sees that, plants that foot, makes something out of nothing, turns it into a touchdown. That's a special athlete running the football there for the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
And you'll see right there, powers through that tackle. And now the extra point is good. So now Rockwood maintains the lead 8-7 with 53 seconds left, but Kingston puts 7 on the board in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roane State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Gibson with you. Under a minute left to go in this first quarter. Kingston just scores on a, I want to call a heroic run by Rylan Gettner. Now Conan Littlefield will kick on your Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Homes with 2 locations to serve you in Wartburg and Harriman. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com to see how they can serve you today. Littlefield's kick is a beauty, and Turner will allow it to roll through the back of the end zone for a touchback, and Rockwood will take over at the Tiger 20-yard line.
Let's see what type of approach Rockwood comes out here after a little bit of a sluggish last series on the field with a big turnover there. Do they continue to attack off tackle, or do they kind of start trying to roll outside a little bit with that quarterback, as you see on the Chuck Flashman replay here? Pressure. Gettner just with a different set of wheels.
You can tell when he turned on the Jets, it was over. So now here is the Hammers 1st and 10. Watts hands off to Waldo Jolly with a lot of running room around the outside. He's still on his feet. Picks up 18 quick yards for another Hammers 1st and 10.
See here on a Chuck Flashman replay, this is what you want to see out of a running back. Picks up a lot of tough yards, turns on the speed, lowers that shoulder, and absolutely runs through the ball carrier. That has a major impact on the football game as it moves forward. Those smaller DBs having to come up and make a lot of tackles on a hard-hitting running back sometimes can bust a big hole later on in the game.
And the official spot gives him 22. So here's Watts. Handoff goes to Pudge. And Pudge gets ahead for about 3 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and short.
Kingston staying in that 5-man front, basically trying to play that old man 50 defense, except keeping their defensive ends in a 3-point stance. Rockwood doing a pretty good job so far.
So the first quarter comes to a close with Rockwood with the football leading Kingston 8-7 as your OEB Law Game of the Week continues.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. No more. Pat.
A professional-grade lawn is going to attract attention. Simplicity Lawn Tractors.
So after a pickup of 3 by Pudge Hannibal, Rockwood will have a 2nd and 7 as we begin the second quarter. Watts will line up under center. Look at that. Interesting formation as the handoff is on the ground again as it goes to Turner, and Turner crosses the 40-yard line, gets up probably to the 41.
Loaded one side of the line of scrimmage, trying to attack that long side of the field to the Rockwood sideline. Moved a tackle over. Just sloppy hands off, and you can't be having fumbles like that and expect to beat a good team like Kingston. So you really got to start getting a little bit more confident holding that football.
Kingston did a great job standing up that Rockwood line as well.
When was the last time you've seen Rockwood in trips?
That's to the near side. Watts drops back to pass, looks upfield under some pressure, and now takes a hit and spins out of it. He's going to have the Hammers 1st and 10, crosses midfield and still on his feet, gets up to the 46-yard line.
Landon Watts, the senior, showing those wheels.
Down by number 51, Hatfield, number 30, Walker. First down, Tigers, from the Kingston 46.
And that was a pass play all the way, but Watts has to change directions, just like Gettner did earlier on his long touchdown run. And you see Kingston grabbing for that football on that Chuck Fleischman replay, but not getting it. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line of the Yellow Jackets, where it is a Hammers 1st and 10.
Flex bone offense again.
Watts under center. Handoff goes to Hannibal. Hannibal.
Wow.
Powers up ahead.
Hannibal straight ahead.
That's going to be a pickup of 5 and should bring up a 2nd and 5.
And Glad. Direction at Walker.
Let Hannibal go.
Back to the trivia question. Guys, if you're out there listening, this question is for Chris Hooks, who is watching on Facebook Live for us. Who kicked the 1976 Single A State Championship, Mr. Hooks? Who kicked the winning field goal in the 1976 Class A State Championships?
I know the answer to that one. 2nd and 5. Watts, handoff. Hannibal. Hannibal still on his feet again, driving forward. Looking like Jerome Bettis back there.
To be so compact, he has really good footwork as you see him tiptoe through the line of scrimmage here. Refusing to go down.
Now the ball came out again. They called him down, but the ball did come out again. That would, he did have that huge fumble on that fake punt earlier, so something, neither one of these teams seem able to hold on to the football tonight for whatever reason.
Perfect weather, great atmosphere.
Eric Thurman sends the play in for Rockwood as Watts will go under center. Handoff goes to Turner. Turner still making his way upfield. Just slipping off of tacklers.
Man, you've got to showcase Nehemiah's story. The senior Rockwood offensive lineman, 6'1", 260 pounds, pushing his defender 20 yards downfield. Now that's winning football.
And Story has been a story maker. We have talked about Nehemiah's story over the years as well, and he wants to go out victorious and have a successful senior year, just like the other seniors on this Rockwood team. Pickup of 6 will bring up 2nd and 4. Watts, split backfield, and offsides. And that was Alex Norton jumping off for Rockwood. That'll back them up 5 yards and bring up a 2nd and 9.
One of the keys to the game was Rockwood had to have limited penalties to beat this larger Kingston football team. So you've got to really clean that up to keep this game moving forward in a positive manner for Rockwood.
And I'm not the professional like you are, but one of the keys for me for Rockwood was to get up early, because in the second half, Kingston would have the depth. So if you get up early, then you have a chance at the end. And there's another fumble. I thought I heard a whistle, but on this fumble, Dryston Turner picks it up and gains yardage on a disaster of a play for Rockwood.
Well, Rockwood got extremely lucky there, but a big play by a great athlete of Rockwood. Should have been a big Kingston loss there. Instead, picks up a huge gain.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. 3rd and 7.
They said he stepped out at the 33. So actually picks up, I don't know, a couple yards. 3rd and 7.
Staying in that 5-man front. Safety rolls down.
Handoff this time goes to Waldo Jolly. Waldo Jolly's looking for running room and gets ahead across the 25, which would be enough for a first down. But we got a flag, and it's going to be a hold.
Yeah, I think everybody at home saw that one on the screen live. Can't let your arms get too far extended or you will lose.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, moves the ball back to the 42-yard line.
Press box difficulties. Waldo is a great athlete, but you see there on the top of the screen, hands got extended, easy call for the referee. Way too many flags already tonight. We've been harping on that all night long, but that's just an easy call.
Flags and dropping the football for both of these teams. It's been a major problem. So now facing a 3rd and 16 is Rockwood. Watts. That trips formation again to the near side. Watts under a lot of pressure, and now he's going to try to make something happen, and he cannot because he is pummeled on the play by Mason Hatfield.
Mason Hatfield was coming in with some intent! Exclamation point.
Oh, you got to see it on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Watts looks like, he's directing traffic, but then BAM!
Well, he actually had a little bit of help there from the Rockwood number 59. It looked like Lucas Poland.
So Dryson Turner into punt. And remember, the last time they tried this, it was a fake to Hannibal up the middle.
And it was there, too. It was so open.
I dare say that won't be the case this time as Turner takes a high snap. And this is ugly off the side of his foot. Takes a Rockwood bounce, but rolls out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it at the 27-yard line. And that is surprising because Turner is averaging about 38.5 yards per punt this season.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's one of the highest averages in all of Tennessee.
It is.
That's impressive. So took a pretty good little bounce there for Rockwood. Let's see what Kingston can do coming out here with this drive.
So Hammers 1st and 10. Kingston has it at the 27-yard line. And again, Gettner in at quarterback, so they may have settled on Gettner. Sends a man in motion, and getting the jet sweep is Parker Jones. Jones changes directions to get upfield, and finally his forward progress will be stopped. He ran a long way and picked up about 4 yards.
Refusing to go down and kept his feet moving. You can't ask much more out of a smaller running back.
And Parker Jones, again, one of the players we said would try to would get a lot of the carries tonight for Kingston, and you can see from that replay right there exactly why. So picks up 5, does Jones.
Kingston hurries to the line of scrimmage.
Gettner rolls to his left. This is a quarterback keeper all the way. Gettner turning on the Jets again.
Ooh, boy, he almost had a lane. Back to the trivia question, Mr. Chris Hooks, who kicked the 1976 Class A state championship field goal.
You want me to answer? You want me to answer?
Yeah.
I can answer.
Let's go ahead and throw that answer out.
That is Mayor Mike Brillo Miller. And Mike Brillo Miller is a sponsor of tonight's game as well.
Well, actually, the ball was snapped by Mike Brillo Miller.
There you go. Okay.
And the kick was Lee Arnold Wilkerson, who kicked a 23-yard field goal to give them the 3-0 victory in the 1976 Class A state championship. The last time Rockwood won a state championship.
And so Mike Brillo Miller and his council members, Bobby Anderson, Steve Bryant, Peggy Evans, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and April Faust Wilson, all big fans of Rockwood Fighting Tigers, and they say, go Tigers. That right there is from the city of Wartburg the city of Rockwood. I'm sorry, I had that on my mind because I was going to say that we are not saying go Tigers because we are from Wartburg. You and I are. But also Dudley Evans for mayor is saying go Tigers.
He's got room.
Yep, there he is.
Good move there by number 14, Carson Whitehead. Just did a little bit of a shiver back inside and picked up a couple extra yards there. Good field vision.
So Dudley Evans is a candidate for mayor of Rockwood, and he will work hard to bring industry and commercial investment back to Rockwood, and he promises to make city government work better for the citizens, a better understanding of government for the citizens, and give them a voice to help make the city work for everyone. And he doesn't want to micromanage the city, but wants to work with council representatives for the betterment of Rockwood. That is Dudley Evans, paid for by the candidate. So Gettner fakes the jet sweep. He's going to keep it going around the left side. Crosses to 30. What a spin move. Gets down past the 20.
Wow.
In the red zone.
I mean, he is a difference maker with his feet. He is one of the best running backs in all of Rowan County, and he can do it all. As you see here on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
This spin move is unreal. Beautiful. And then stays on his feet.
You know what the most impressive thing I saw right there?
What was it?
During the spin move was he held the ball high and tight. During a spin move is the highest probability of a forced fumble. And Gettner there with high football IQ had the ball high and tight, preventing a fumble. Excellent job.
He's got split backs in the backfield. Handoff this time for Kingston as a flag comes out, goes to Jones, and Jones is looking for the end zone. He finds it, but this is in the area of a hold. That's what it is. So the Kingston fans weren't celebrating because they knew that one wasn't going to count. That's a good run, though, by Jones. It's
the same play that they got the holding call on earlier. The backs are trying to lead block. They're connecting, but they're letting their arms get too far extended, and it's an easy call for the referee. They're going to have to release.
So 3:22 left to go in the first half. Kingston is threatening, but they face a Hammers 1st and 19 as the ball is spotted at the 27-yard line.
Kingston coming out in twins.
This time fakes the handoff again. Gettner going to keep it going around the right side. And this time he's going to be met and stopped around the line of scrimmage.
One of the best running backs in all of the area, one of the best mobile quarterbacks in the area, but very impatient in the passing game, as you see there. Took a quick peek and took off running, and that's kind of been one of the issues of this Kingston offense moving from a couple games past.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 19.
Got to improve that passing game for Kingston.
Gettner now with Malachi Martin in the backfield with him, and a man in motion. That's Jones. Fakes the handoff to Jones. Gettner looking upfield. He's got a man there. That pass is complete. And making the catch is Parker Brackett.
Good catch by Brackett. Got patient, held in there, caught an underthrown ball for a huge gain.
So he's got to make the 8. And that went to the 11. So that will bring up 3rd and 3. So 2nd and 19, pickup of 16, 3rd and 3.
A lot of options here for the Kingston offensive coordinator.
Gettner hands off. This goes to Brackett. Brackett looking for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Kingston.
You ain't gonna catch that.
That's Carcel Whitehead. Coach Brian Pankey feeling comfortable going back to Whitehead and allowing him to get into the end zone from 11 yards out.
He just outruns everybody. The sophomore has some serious wheels. Big time player for Kingston moving forward.
So here's Littlefield on to his empty extra point. It is up and it is good. Kingston takes the lead with just 1:40 left to go in the first half. It's the Yellow Jackets 14-8 at home over Rockwood on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this pre-owned 2020 Ford Edge ST all-wheel drive, $46,590. 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, $51,590. 2019 Lincoln Continental, $41,970. Need car service? Visit our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center today.
Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
20.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set for the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Now, Rockwood loves to run the football, so does Kingston. We talked about that. So what do you go to if you're John Webb, who's also the offensive coordinator of this Rockwood Tiger program? What do you go to in your 2-minute drill?
You know, I spoke about it earlier. Both of these two teams have basically ran the same type of offense for the past 40, 50 years. Different variations of the triple option, whether it be flex bone or wing tee or whatever you want to do. It's been basically the same. So a 2-minute offense kind of makes them feel a little uncomfortable. So let's see what they do here offensively. Do they throw the ball, or do they just do what they do and run the football?
And that kick barely stayed in bounds, but it did stay in bounds as Littlefield just eked it past the goal line on that Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Of course, Davis Funeral Homes, 2 locations to serve you. Harriman and Ortberg. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com.
Connor Littlefield is such a weapon for Kingston. If he can just continue to grow from his junior year to his senior year, he'll be one of the best kickers in the state of Tennessee if he continues to work.
Yeah, it's not common for a kicker to get a college scholarship. Not many of those guys get those, but Littlefield has an opportunity, I think. So here's Landon Watts under center. Pitch out goes to Waldo Jolly. And he has run out of bounds, which will stop the clock.
Knocked out of bounds by Brackett and Ladd.
Parker Brackett in on the tackle for the Kingston Yellow Jackets. Did a really good job of recognizing the play, escaping outside, pushing the player out of bounds, using the sidelines as an extra defender.
Minute 32 left to go in this first half.
Timeout.
And we've got a timeout as Kingston will take it. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out the new store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville, now open for business.
On-site care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-site care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, on-site care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-site care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Pat Ryan
Rockwood
here with Kathy May Martin. If you're
try to
thinking
get
of buying
downfield.
You can tell this is a big rivalry. My phone has had like 57 messages since the ball game kicked off tonight between Rockwood and Kingston fans sitting at the house watching this ball game. Everybody's tuned in because it's a close ball game. Everybody was expecting this type of slobber knocker, and so far we've been excited.
And here's a handoff. This goes up the middle to Waldo Jolly, and he's still churning those legs. This will not stop the clock, though, so that kind of make you think that Coach Webb is comfortable with going into the locker room with the current score.
Yeah, Rockwood, let's just be honest, they don't really have a 2-minute offense. I don't think I've ever seen Rockwood throw the ball more than, say, 10 times a game. So that's, a little bit of a struggle for them, a little uncomfortable in these situations. But I'm going to tell you, I've seen in warm-ups, they can throw a little bit of a deep ball.
So Rockwood going to take as much time off the clock as possible as they face a 3rd and 1. You don't want to give Kingston the football back with a lot of time to work.
See Parker Brackett there again in on the tackle for Kingston. He's having a pretty good ball game tonight.
And Rockwood will take its final timeout of the half after letting as much time run off the clock as possible. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, proudly serving your community since 1965 because they care.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, and we reported that in 1976 it was Lee Arnold Wilkerson, but actually he was the holder for that kick.
Who caught us there? That was a good listener.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know Chase Clem sent it to me, and he knows everybody in Rockwood.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Here is Landon Watts. He's going to do the quarterback sneak. The ball's on the ground. And that could potentially be huge. Just trying to pick up the first down so that Rockwood could run the timeout for this first half.
Can't give
Kingston's got it.
Here.
So now the Yellow Jackets have a short field with 30.9 seconds left to go in this first half. You cannot do that if you're Rockwood.
Just too sloppy with the football tonight so far for the Rockwood Tigers. But you see some good penetration there by the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, good look at it there on the Chuck Fleischman replay. So now Kingston with an opportunity to put 7 more on the board before the half. Yellow Jackets have 1 timeout remaining on this Hammers 1st and 10.
Man coverage down at the bottom of your screen.
Gettner. And now we've got to stop and play. And John Webb is furious. He's going to call a timeout, which, of course, again, is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. They service what they sell, in-house, factory-trained appliance service technicians.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Kingston came to win as the House of Pain plays in the background. Hammers 1st and 10, 30 seconds left in this first half. Gettner under center, or actually in a shotgun formation. And then here is Whitehead again, getting an end around, and Whitehead breaks into the open field and finally brought down on the play by Jaden Gilbert, but not before a huge pickup.
Whew. Looked like a horse collar from my angle, but couldn't really tell. All the fans are standing up. Look at those wheels. He turns it on. He is one dangerous football player.
Oh.
I don't know how that's not a horse collar. But, hey, been a lot of different penalties tonight. Some called, some missed.
And because that goes out of bounds, it stops the clock with 23.7 ticks left on it. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line. So Kingston 6 yards away from making Rockwood pay for that turnover.
Mason Martin in at the wide receiver position at the top of your screen.
Gettner with split backs now. Hands off. And getting upfield, trying to get it in zone. He cannot, is Parker Jones. And Jones maybe gains a couple. And that is where Kingston will take their last timeout of the first half, which is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, hiring now for sales, delivery techs, and service techs. Find them on Indeed to apply.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the Hot Water Wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Rinnai, hot water for all.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. So now Kingston has, I guess, 3 more plays to gain 6 yards, but they cannot make the mistake of being tackled inbounds.
18.3 seconds is a lot of time on the clock.
And into the game at tailback now is Kane Ladd. Man in motion, Gettner fakes it to him, looks up at Ladd, and that pass is incomplete. He had him. Just ran a little waggle play there. Just an inaccurate pass.
Yeah, you know, that's a hard play for a quarterback that doesn't get to make very many throws in a football game. You're talking about, you know, a maximum of about two throws a game. So, he's not had an opportunity to get comfortable slinging the football around yet.
And you see there on your screen, 5 yards to gain, 14 seconds, third down for Kingston. And again, Ladd in the backfield. Again, Jones in motion. And again, it's the same play. It's the same play. And this time the ball is knocked away as Ladd got one hand on it, but couldn't get both of them. Mason Martin also in the area for Kingston.
Rollout play, squares up his shoulders, releases the ball.
Oh boy, he had Brackett in the middle of the end zone wide open as well. So now Kingston is going to send Littlefield out to attempt a field goal, and this one is going to be for 21 yards out. Snap, set, kick, and it's through the uprights, so Kingston able to add 3 to the score to make this a 17-8 lead, which is important because Rockwood got that 2-point conversion earlier in the game.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as you look out there. Mr. Tim Elrod presenting $1,000 to Kingston, and something that he does every week to the home team. That is Sam Long, a Kingston student out there, accepting that check on behalf of the Yellow Jackets and everyone here at Roane County High.
That is awesome. That's a huge benefit to these schools. Every game we cover, the home team gets $1,000 from OEB Law.
And now Littlefield sends this one back into the end zone, and Turner catches it.
I think Turner wanted to take that one.
Oh, yeah, no question. That was the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Home has 2 locations to serve you in Harriman and Wartburg. Call 865-882-2000 in Roane County and 423-346-2011 in Morgan County. I know they do pre-planning services. When do you need to start thinking about pre-planning? You got an answer to that? No? I mean, we're getting older. We've got gray in our beard.
Yeah.
You more so than me.
You definitely want to plan early, guys. You definitely want to, make sure you get that insurance and stuff. We're hitting that age now where cancer is creeping in on us.
That is such a pleasant topic. As we get into halftime, it's the home team, Kingston Yellow Jackets, leading 17-8. If you are just joining us or you didn't see that last play or that last drive there by Kingston, Rockwood trying to run the clock out and get into the half. Unfortunately, there was a fumble, and Kingston got it, drove down the field, and able to tack on 3 points. And I said before we went to break, after that after that score, that was important because Rockwood got that 2-point conversion earlier.
It was huge.
Now, this is a 2-score game.
This is a ball game. Don't go anywhere. This Rockwood bunch is showing a lot of heart. Kingston's coming out with a lot of talent. This is an exciting ball game. I cannot wait to see what happens in the second half.
So at halftime, we will have both bands on the field to give you a halftime show, and we will be back with your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
"1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
We are the Oak Ridge High School cheerleaders.
Smith, Mason Edwards, Tyler Marler, ladies and gentlemen, the Roane County High School Marching Band.
here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge.
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, Big Red! Go, Fred!
Pre-planning it makes the process just so much easier for the family. It relieves them of having to make some difficult decisions at a bad time. I've made arrangements with hundreds of families that I have never had a family come in and say, gee, I wish Mom hadn't have done this. Pre-planning, I think, is one of the best things you can do for your family, just to alleviate those concerns.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this new 2022 F-150 4x4 $39,990. 2022 Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive $51,245. 2022 F-150 4x4 Super Crew $62,240.
Local you trust, performance you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership. I-75 exit 122 or shop us online at rayvarnerford.com.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Gibson with you as halftime winds down as Kingston leads this one 17-8. Do have some scores of interest for you, but we also have some stats from the first half, so we will get to those as well. Some scores of interest for you. Oakdale leads over Wartburg 14-6 at the half. Alcoa, Maryville tied at 14 in the third quarter. At halftime, Alcoa led that one 14-7. Here's some of those first half stats we were telling you about. First downs, it's Kingston with 8, Rockwood with 5. Rushing yards, Kingston with 152 to Rockwood's 96. Passing yards we knew would be non-existent. They basically are. Rockwood has 5, Kingston has 29. Total yards, Kingston is outgaining Rockwood 181 to 101. Rockwood with 3 turnovers, Kingston just with 1. That is big and important. Kingston's turnover occurred on the very first play of the game, of the kickoff. Penalty, 7 for 45 for Rockwood, 4 for 40 for Kingston. And time of possession, Rockwood actually owns that.
Yeah, the key to that, like we spoke to in pregame, was the turnovers and penalties. And right now, Rockwood is losing that battle on turnovers and penalty yardage.
So Tim Elrod was on his way to Anderson County to see his Mavericks take on Ray County. At the half, that score was 21-17 Mavericks. Oak Ridge down to Farragut at the half, 14-0. And Powell on top of Science Hill, 21-14 in the third quarter. So there are some scores of interest for you.
Having Jordan Potts back for Powell is huge for that program. I guarantee you they're throwing that football all over the field. Powell's got some of the best wide receiver talent in the Southeast, guys.
Yeah, they do.
I'm telling you, 3 guys they have could potentially, be D1 college football wide receivers. And just got an update on that score. Powell now leads at 24-14. So the Panthers tacking on a field goal there. So now we will have a Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations to serve you in Harriman and Wartburg. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com. Give them a call at 882-2000 in Roane County and 346-2011 in Morgan County. If Rockwood can get a grip on these turnovers and penalties, this second half is going to be a heck of a ball game.
Without the turnovers, this is a much better ball game than it is right now, as we've already got a stoppage in play before we even began. I don't see a flag. Just wonder if they weren't ready. Or Kingston just got a little too excited. So the official said that they weren't set yet.
Everybody else was set except for the officials.
And you got to have those officials set. It's now Littlefield again. Will set up to kick, as the Davis Funeral Homes will get an extra kickoff here. Back deep to receive for Rockwood, Dakota Waldo Jolly and Dryston Turner. And this one will be taken at the goal line by Turner. Turner looks for some running room, gets it across the 25, and finally driven down at the 27, and that is where Rockwood will begin with a Hammers 1st and 10.
A good kick returner will normally get one move to be able to make, so you want to hit that move as fast as possible. See the Rockwood Tiger here catching the ball right at the goal line. Should have turned on the wheels a little bit quicker there, not to have been so patient.
Yeah, by the time he tried to turn on the speed, he had someone right there. As now we've got a timeout on the field, as the clock did not work. And you know what? I said that I was going to jump on to somebody if this happened, because they put Joe Lane in charge of running the clock here in the press box. And I messed with him, and I joked with him. I said, if there is any funny business going on tonight, I'm going to let everybody know that you are a Rockwood alum. And he told me to stay away from that. But you know what? I don't listen to Coach Lane. I haven't had to do that since high school.
One of the best basketball coaches in all of East Tennessee right there.
But you know what? He told me, he said, I don't actually run the clock. I just put the numbers up there. It is actually a TSSAA official who does. So we will let him free of any of that. As now getting upfield is Waldo Jolly.
Golly, he does a good job with his pad level, staying so low that it's hard to tackle him and not get ran over. I mean, check this out on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Simple handoff play, follow the big guy. And look at that. He got his pad level about 6 inches from the ground and still picked up several yards. That's a heck of a play by Waldo Jolly.
Great running back for Rockwood. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line of the Tigers. It's another Hammers 1st and 10. Watts split backs now. 2 wide outs to his left. Handoff this time goes to Turner. Turner looking for running room up the middle, and he's going to find some. Driving those legs all the way up to the 48-yard line. Pickup of 7 will bring up 2nd and 3.
Great run by Turner. 5'10", 205-pound senior for this Rockwood football team. See on your Chuck Fleischman replay. Simple handoff. Running through people right there.
I just got that head down.
Kingston doing a pretty good job of rallying to the football there.
How important is it for a running back to not miss leg day?
Well, you see there, extremely important.
The Rockwood running backs don't miss leg day, promise you. Here's Pudge Hannibal. And he gets across the 50. He's going to be really close to a first down. It's going to be short by about a yard. So 3rd and 1.
It's 3rd and 1.
Hannibal with the only touchdown tonight for Rockwood and also added the 2-point conversion as well.
Kane Ladd meeting the big guy there in the hole. Making a good tackle for the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
And quarterback sneak with Watts up the middle. He's got enough for the first down.
Landon Watts straight ahead. First down, Tigers.
So that'll move the sticks. It'll bring up a Hammers 1st and 10.
Rockwood offensive line doing a really good job of driving off of the football, getting to that second level. Kingston's going to have to do a little bit better job in the trenches of staying low, trying to get a push, some penetration on that triple option.
Now Watts under center. He's going to keep it, and he's blown up at the line of scrimmage.
Big number 67, Andrew Warren. Riley Walker also in on the tackle for the Kingston Yellow Jackets. See the big nose guard here. Seen the guards disappear. Untouched, run back there and made a tackle.
The running backs on that play didn't look like they were looking for a handoff, so I believe that one was a keeper all the way. As now you got twins on either side, and here is a quick pass to Turner. Turner gets upfield, makes a couple guys miss, and finally he's brought down at the 35-yard line for another Hammers 1st and 10.
Turner's one of those guys, if he's got the ball in open field, he's hard to tackle. So you got to break down, put your eye on that near hip, and really run through the football because he's going to leave you in the dust if you don't.
That's tough. This is just a little bubble screen. Moving the sticks for Rockwood as we are now under 8.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Watts under center. Handoff this time goes to Waldo Jolly, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Great job that time by Gallagher and Ladd of Kingston coming upfield and getting a good tackle there, preventing any gain at all.
No gain, 2nd down.
Kingston did a good job there, as you see on Chuck Fleishman replay, of flowing to the football. They didn't stay engaged with the offensive blocker, got off the blocker and reacted to the football. Rockwood in trips again, trying to spread the field out.
Hannibal in the backfield. Watts rolls to his left, looks upfield, has plenty of time, but now he's going to tuck and run, bouncing off some tacklers, gets to the 30 before his forward progress is stopped. So that will be a pickup of, looks like about 5. So Watts kept his eyes upfield before he finally decided to tuck it and run. Found a small gap there in between some tacklers.
Kingston rallying to the football. Rockwood coming back out in a shotgun formation.
4-down territory, no doubt, for Rockwood. Here is Watts, just going to throw it outside to Turner again. This time Turner with not the success that he had last time. No gain on the play will bring up 4th and 5.
Kingston was not allowing him to break open an open field there. Did a better job of breaking down. See there, and actually keeping a hand on the ball carrier. Good job by the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
They gave him 1. So that will bring up a 4th and 4.
It's 4th and 3.
Big 4th and 3 here for the Rockwood Tigers. We'll see what their offensive coordinator decides to roll out with.
Watts. And we've got flags on the play, and John Webb is furious. Actually, he's going to take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Follow them on Facebook for appliance specials, job postings, and more.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week as Rockwood facing a 4th and 4.
It's 4th down.
This time going to line up in an offset I. Hannibal is a lead blocker. And a quick pitch goes out to Waldo Jolly, and he is in trouble. Gets to the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. Kingston will take over on downs.
That was a busted play. I mean, you can see Coach Webb right now just going insane on the sidelines. Miscommunication there. Your fullback rolled out to the wrong side, exposing the quarterback here, or the running back. No lead blocker. Hard to pick up some yards on that.
So ball at the 30 on this Hammers 1st and 10.
Big 4th down for the Kingston Yellow Jackets there.
6 minutes came off the clock. 6 minutes and 6 seconds during that Rockwood drive.
For the Kingston Yellow Jackets here.
Here's Gatner again at quarterback. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to take off to the left, and he is swallowed up. Pickup of 2 will bring up 2nd and 8.
It's too early for desperation mode for Rockwood, but they have got to try to get a turnover here on this drive. Cannot let Kingston score a touchdown. Good lead block. Big number 72 there for Rockwood coming in. Big Nehemiah Story. He's been making plays all over the field for the Rockwood Tigers.
Gatner. Handoff goes to Whitehead. Whitehead tries to get the outside, gets to about the 35 before he's driven out of bounds, and that will bring up 3rd and 5.
Boy, Kingston's got some good athletes. They just got to mix up the offensive play calls just a little bit. It's the same play. It's easy to recognize if you're a defensive coordinator kind of what they've got going on.
So big 3rd and 5. As Rockwood defense tries to get Kingston off the field. And this time, Kane Ladd in the backfield with Getner.
Look for a rollout.
Man in motion, no.
Kane
Handoff
Ladd
goes to Ladd. Ladd gets up to about the 37, and that is shy of the 1st down.
I like the way Kane Ladd runs the football right there. He really does move his feet well to be a bigger guy.
I watched on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Now, as this play winds down, see what we got here. Ooh, a little bit of a punch there.
Yeah, can't have that. And I promise you, his coach will see that and will correct that.
And Kingston is going to send its offense out on 4th and 2. I think you look for a hard count here.
I like it here. I like the aggression out of Kingston. They know.
But they spread it out, and they take the snap, and Getner on a keeper. He's got to make the 40. He does not.
Oof.
Turnover on downs. Surprising play call there.
6'2", 180-pound cornerback. beating the wide receiver, blocking him, getting off the ball, the block, and making a great tackle for loss there. Huge.
I didn't think they would actually snap it, but
I like the play call. 78 was wreaking havoc there in the backfield. Not much for him to do there.
And Thurman and then Story finished it off. So 3:37 left to go in the third quarter. Rockwood has it in Kingston territory with the Hammers 1st and 10. Watts. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looks upfield, and that ball is knocked away by Rylan Gettner.
Gettner's such a good athlete for this Kingston Yellow Jacket squad. You know, we've been covering him since his freshman year, and he's continuing to grow into one of the better athletes in East Tennessee.
Yeah, watch this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Pretty good play there. They had a wide receiver open.
I thought Watts chose the wrong target there.
He did. He had a wide receiver that was a little bit more open, but hey, again, you're talking about a Rockwood team that threw a maximum of 20 times this year, maybe. So, you know, it's a little bit of uncomfortability for the quarterback there, but a good ball.
Thurman sends the play from the sidelines. Watts brings his team back up to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right. Watts rolls to his right, in a lot of trouble, and he's going the wrong direction is what he's going, and he is brought down at the 44-yard line of the Tigers. Woo! As a huge loss. A loss of 18 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 28.
Mason Hatfield came streaking in there, wreaking havoc. Pure panic for the Rockwood Tigers.
Ooh.
Mason Hatfield's been a difference maker for this Kingston defensive line both times we covered him.
Now Rockwood just going to line up in that flex bone. Handoff goes to Waldo Jolly. And Waldo Jolly fighting for a first down. Is he going to get it?
Look at this.
And he's still on his feet.
Yeah, you show it there, big dog. That right there is a grown man run out of Mr. Waldo Jolly. That was one impressive run. Please tell me we got that on Chuck Fleischman replay.
And seemingly Rockwood just trying to get out of this possession without any mistakes.
Counter isolation play. Good blocking downfield by the Rockwood wide receivers. And Waldo just doing the rest. All 5'8", 198 pounds of cornbread muscle right there.
Huge gain on the play. Pickup of, I think, 31. Watts under center again. This time fakes the handoff to Turner. Instead, hands it off going up the middle to Brody Webb.
14, Webb carries. Short gain.
Coach's boy.
Going to be a good ball player there for the Rockwood Tigers.
Had nowhere to go on that play, though.
Kingston defensive line doing a really good job of standing up that offensive line of Rockwood, preventing the running back from having any lane at all.
Pickup of 1 brings up 2nd and 9. Watts under center. Flex bone, handoff goes to Turner. Turner with some running room up the middle. He's got his sights on the end zone. Touchdown, Rockwood.
Take you a bow, son. Touchdown, Rockwood. What a play. Busted it up the gut for a hard-earned 6 points.
Wow.
Good little hole here. Made one guy miss. Outruns everybody else.
On to attempt the extra point is Hayden McLean. McLean's extra point is up, and it's good. Rockwood puts 7 on the board. They get it to within 2. It is Kingston 17, Rockwood 15 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
I am a simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a simplicity dealer.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set for a Davis Funeral Home kickoff. I want to say that Mayor Mike Brillo Miller and council members Bobby Anderson, Steve Bryant, Peggy Evans, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and April Faust Wilson, all big fans of the Rockwood Fighting Tigers, and hope they have a winning season this year so that they will be in the playoff picture at the end of the regular season. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers, play hard tonight, and win, win, win. And also, Dudley Evans for Rockwood Mayor is saying go Tigers. Looking for a win tonight against Kingston as we get set for the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. McLean with an onside kick.
Hey, right here, he's got it, Rockwood ball.
Now, did it travel 10 yards?
It looked it to me. I don't see a flag.
There are no flags. The officials will talk about it.
I don't think there's nothing to talk about.
But that is Landon Watts on that onside kick.
Landon Watts with the perfectly placed football.
Football
on
is
the onside
back.
kick. Late adjustment by the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
Now the officials are going to talk about it. But, okay, so let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. Ball's at the 40. It's got to go to midfield.
That's a that's a close play. Guys at the house, what do you think?
The ball did not travel 10 yards before.
That's a hard angle.
It hit off his helmet, it looks like.
I definitely wouldn't want to be the umpire in that situation. That's a tough call. That could have went either way.
First down, Kingston at
Wow.
49.
Wow. All right, so Kingston with good field position. So Dudley Evans, candidate for mayor of Rockwood, says go Tigers, bring home the big win tonight. Evans will work hard to bring industry and commercial investment back to Rockwood. Evans promises to make city government work better for the citizens, a better understanding of government for the citizens, and give them a voice to help make the city work for everyone. That is Dudley Evans for mayor. And here's Rylan Gettner, pulled down across the 40 as flags come in late. We'll have to see what that is.
So jolly on the tackle. Flag on the play.
A block in the back on Kingston.
You know, sometimes, I mean, referees are a necessary part of the game, and they have an absolutely hard job, and most of the time they get the calls right. But sometimes we got to let the kids play, and if it's a small little hold that's way behind the play that has no impact on the play, sometimes you need to just let those go. On that replay, if it was able to show it, it wasn't much of a hold there. It was way behind the play.
So a 1st and 8 for Hammers, and getting the handoff is Kane Ladd, and Ladd is met up the middle.
Brady Harvey coming in strong for the Rockwood Tigers. The 5'9", 195-pound freshman making a major impact in his first Kingston football game here for the Rockwood Tigers.
And that is no relation to me. I don't have any family up this direction that I'm aware of.
That'll be the end of the third quarter.
And that is how the third quarter will end.
Boys, we got a ball game here.
Kingston clinging to a 17-15 lead. They'll have a 2nd down when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. And got a stoppage and play already as we try to start the fourth quarter here. And it's a clock issue. Got the clock reset now. Here is Gettner. Drops back to pass and will let it fly over the middle. And yeah, that pass is complete.
First down
to Parker Brackett.
Wow, Brackett beat his man on the inside. Easy throw-up ball. Came down with it. Not bad coverage by the Rockwood Tigers either. Just a great job by that wide receiver.
And that was a simple play because Waldo Jolly was coming.
That's a heads-up play by the quarterback to hang in there, knowing that you're fixing to take a good hit there.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line as Kingston has a Hammers 1st and 10. Handoff. This time goes to Whitehead. And we've got a late flag. Ooh, this will be interesting. Kingston is clapping. If this is against Rockwood, that's a big one.
Uh-oh, Whitehead comes off a little limpy. That's one that you do not want to see come off the field for the Kingston Yellow Jackets is the Whitehead. He is dangerous speed.
And that goes against the Tigers of Rockwood. We'll see if we can see it on this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Martin bringing in the play for the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
Wow, just slapping the helmet.
Ball marked at 12, first down, Jackets.
Yeah, that's more than a slap. That deserved a penalty. Now, back to the play. Here's Gettner looking for Ladd, and that pass ball is incomplete.
More flags on the play.
And we've got a hold on Kingston. And that'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it will still be a Hammers 1st and something.
Holding Kingston.
Again, these holding calls have been a continued theme for the Kingston Yellow Jackets, but the reason for that is these athletic defensive linemen for Rockwood. They roll out and get extended, and it's an easy play for the referee.
First down.
That spots the ball all the way back to about the 25-yard line. So it's 1st and looks like 18. Here's Gettner, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking for the corner of the end zone. He's got a man there, and that pass is incomplete. Ooh, boy, that was intended for Javaris Gallagher, who thought he probably got held.
All the penalties tonight, and, they don't call that one.
I agree. That one looked pretty blatant.
I'm telling you. Good ball by Gettner down the field. Hanging on. Hey. It wasn't called.
So that again will bring up 2nd and quite a bit for Kingston as Gettner sends 2 wideouts to his right, 3 to his left. Sends a man in motion, and that is Jones getting the carry and crosses the 10 to the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Parker Brackett.
Dodging and weaving in and out. Touchdown, Kingston Yellow Jackets.
So 10:34 is left in this ball game. And Brackett just goes in motion for a jet sweep, and that's all this is. But you see him get to the outside with Ladd as a lead blocker. So here is the extra point by Littlefield. It is good. That one was important because that makes it a 9-point game, and Rockwood again is 2 scores down with 10:34 left to go in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits. perfect plays and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set for the Davis Funeral Homes kickoff. Davis Funeral Homes with 2 locations to serve you in Harriman and in Wartburg. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com. Here is Littlefield's kickoff. And this one is again kicked away from Dakota, Waldo Jolly, and Dryston Turner. And that is a touchback, so Rockwood will take over at the 20-yard line with a Hammers 1st and 10.
It's a good game plan by Kingston just to kick it away from the talented returners of Rockwood. See what Rockwood does coming out here. 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Rockwood hurries to the line of scrimmage.
And now they're going to split 2 wideouts to either side. Hannibal in the backfield. Man in motion is Turner. Turner gets the handoff. Let's see if he can make it to the outside. And runs into his own player. Ran into
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Run straight into the back of Hannibal there. I believe Hannibal's feeling that just a little bit. Lead block. Got to get upfield there a little bit quicker for a little bit more yard gainage there. Splitting the wide receiver way out to the sidelines to the bottom of your screen.
And then here is a pitch to Waldo Jolly, and he is wrapped up and tackled. And in on the tackle for Kingston there, it is Gallagher. And that will bring up a 3rd and 6, a really big 3rd down here. But you'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, Waldo, it was pitched backwards, which made me wonder if maybe that wasn't supposed to be possibly a halfback pass, but by the time Waldo rounded the corner, he already had 2 Yellow Jackets in his face mask.
Tight formation again for Rockwood.
Watts lines up at fullback, and Hannibal takes the direct snap, and a flag comes out.
Looked like a face mask. Let's see what they call here. That was pretty significant, really.
Hannibal carries, half-field on the tackle, flag on the play.
Let's see what it looks like on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Snap was kind of high.
Something Rockwood's dealt with tonight.
Personal foul, face mask.
No, that's not a face mask.
That wasn't a face mask.
No.
He just got around the neck area.
Yeah.
Did not have that face mask.
And that's the 2nd time we've seen that tonight.
Yeah.
Face masks get called that wasn't, but that's a bang bang play. It's hard to see in real time.
Regardless, gives Rockwood a fresh 1st down opportunity. Let's see what they do with it.
So the Hammers 1st and 10. Ball looks to be spotted at about the 37-yard line. Watts split backs in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Handoff. Now reverse goes to Turner.
He's got room here. Mason Hatfield absolutely chasing down Turner of Rockwood.
And Turner's slow to get up.
Uh-oh.
I believe
Turner shaking up on the play.
he probably is dealing with cramps as John Webb gives the official the business a little bit. He's holding, looks like his hamstring. Let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. And I thought this was well defended by Kingston.
You see here your nose guard is running outside here and making a tackle on the sidelines.
Ooh.
That is really impressive. Did he roll up on that ankle?
It looked like it.
Oof. Oh, no. You hate to see that. That's one of the best football players in this area.
as Rockwood takes a knee. We'll be back after this.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, Turner able to get up, but he will be evaluated on the sidelines. It looked like he just got rolled up on that ankle there. Of course, we can't speculate, but 8:09 left to go in this ball game. Rockwood facing a 2nd and 9. Watts under center. Handoff goes to Waldo Jolly, and he gets upfield, and somehow...
What kind of move was that?
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
Uh-oh, that might be part of the reason. He might have been catching a cramp right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Patterson's Appliances.
Bad move, though. You and I, we didn't know what we were looking at, but he picked up another, 3 yards because of that.
Hey, that kid is tough, guys. If you're watching this at home, that's one of the best linebackers and running backs here in East Tennessee. You can't hardly tackle him. Look at this. He caught a cramp mid-run and was still able to pick up 3 yards.
Hammers 1st and 10. Watts under center. Handoff. This time is going to go to Webb. Webb fighting for yardage.
Wow.
Gets up ahead to the 42-yard line.
Tackle made by Riley Walker. Really good run that time by Webb.
Oh, you know what? That was Thurmond, actually. Thurmond lining up where Dryston Turner would line up if he were out there. Now Watts under center. Quick pitch goes to Waldo Jolly. He's met in the backfield and somehow gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That kid is tough.
And fighting through cramps, nonetheless. I mean, he is something special. Great play by the defensive back corner for Kingston. Recognizing the play. Gets upfield.
Look at that.
3rd and 3.
And he got through Gallagher, who met him in the backfield.
And we'll go ahead and tell you, that's Gallagher's one of the better tacklers in this region, so that tells you what kind of player Waldo is. Waldo Jolly.
This time, Pudge in the backfield. Handoff goes to Thurman. Thurman looking for running room, and he's tackled at the 40-yard line. He will be a yard shy of the yard to gain. And that will bring up 4th and 1. Big 4th down here. Clock running. Under 6 minutes left to go in the game now.
Well, I guarantee you this, you ain't going to see no panic on Coach John Webb's face, who's been in this type of situation many times before.
Again, the longest tenured coach in AA football. And Watts is going to take the quarterback sneak to earn the Hammers 1st and 10.
Capitalize, earned. Wow, he really did push forward for that first down. Good blocking by the Rockwood Tigers up front.
He earned it. I said what I said. And you'll see on this Chuck Fleischman replay, every inch he got.
You got to love Roane County football.
And now an official coming in from the sidelines. Brian Pankey wants to talk to his team. As Kingston takes the timeout. Timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, quality appliances from brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the week. It's a first down for Rockwood. 5:02 left to go in the game. That's the problem if you're Rockwood. Your offense takes a long time to get down the field, and you're down 2 scores.
The dean of Roane County coaches out there in the huddle, coaching up his players. Has something special drew up here.
Man in motion now. That's Waldo. As Watts is going to be sacked in the backfield.
The Harriman Utility Board
Looked
works.
like Rockwood was trying to go to Hayden Hicks, maybe. Yeah, Hicks was the only man downfield, but Kingston wasn't fooled.
Rockwood is just very uncomfortable throwing the football.
Watts takes a snap.
Draw. Screen.
And it is a screen, and it goes to Waldo Jolly. And he gets across the 35-yard line, down to about the 34, a pickup of 7.
Good pickup there on a middle screen play. The classic John Webb play call.
Rockwood is going to be facing a 3rd and 5. And again, a lot of time is coming off this clock. 3:45 left to go in the game. This time, Watts will send trips to his right. Watts, quick pass out, and that is complete, and wrapped up and dropped is Hicks immediately on the tackle for Kingston, Parker Jones.
Parker Jones is having himself a game tonight for the Kingston Yellow Jackets. Great open field tackle against a really good Rockwood wide receiver.
And a loss of 2 on the play will bring up 4th and 7. So if Rockwood does not make this first down, I think it's probably safe to say that this one, you can put a fork in it. Watts under center. Huge play here for Rockwood, and he's going to take a timeout. Coach John Webb going to talk to his team about it. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, home appliance financing available. Apply online at pattersonsappliances.com.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. No more. That.
A professional grade lawn is going to attract attention. Simplicity Lawn Tractors.
And back to the OEB Law Game of the week. 4th and 7 for Rockwood. Huge play upcoming. Tigers trail by 9.
Coach Pankey coming out on meeting his players there at the hash marks, giving some last adjustments, as is Coach Webb for Rockwood. These are 2 very experienced coaches. We'll see what they choose to do here.
And Kingston left a man wide open, and going down the field, it is intercepted. That is Gallagher, his 2nd interception of the game. They threw it up for Pudge Hannibal. No, they threw it up for Waldo Jolly, but Gallagher back there, that ball.
On-site care.
And actually
moved a little early.
Yeah, Hannibal jumped a little early.
Well, Gallagher is a special defensive back for Kingston.
So now Kingston takes over with the Hammers 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. Gettner just going to keep it around the left side, brought down.
Waldo Jolly from behind.
His legs are giving him fits, and I understand it. He's run like a madman tonight.
If there's any college football coaches out there watching this or here at this game, you need to give several of these guys a phone call. Mr. Waldo is one of the main ones you need to talk to. He's going to be, if he chooses to go play at the next level, he's going to be a special football player.
He's been a lot of fun to watch the 4 years he's been at Rockwood.
Loaded formation for the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
If Kingston gets a first down here, they can pretty much run the clock out. 2nd and 2. Gettner waiting until the play clock runs down. It's under 5 now. Gettner takes a snap, handoff, and still on his feet for Kingston. Getting up the field is Parker Brackett, and Brackett has the first down, and that should pretty much do it, folks.
Tackle made by Waldo Jolly again. I don't know how many tackles Waldo Jolly's had tonight, but it's been a lot.
Yeah, if you watch that Chuck Fleischman replay, there might have been another false start that didn't get called. Rockwood with only 1 timeout remaining.
Golly, just a couple plays. See here in Chuck Fleischman replay.
Yep. Might have come up just a little bit on the bottom side of your screen there. So
good tackle.
Gettner with a handoff, or with a keeper rather. Under a minute left to play in this one.
Big number 78, Griffin Metcalf for the Rockwood Tigers, 6'3", 210 in on the tackle.
So Kingston, unless Coach Webb uses a timeout here, the one that he has, Kingston will only have to run 1 more play.
Rockwood is going to be tough in their division.
The 2 losses that they have, they lost to Sweetwater, and tonight they're going to fall to Kingston. Those are 2 3A teams.
Yeah, Sweetwater's loaded this year, so Rockwood has nothing to hang their heads on. If they didn't have as many turnovers tonight, this could have been a different ballgame.
Yep. And there is Anil.
You can't give a bigger team, bigger football program the ball 3 to 4 times and expect, to be able to compete. These kids at Rockwood were exhausted. They didn't come off the field, played both ways. Kingston was able to rotate a lot of players in, and it wore the Rockwood football players down. But I'm going to tell you what, that's a very good football team of Rockwood. Very well coached ball club. Kingston, what a job. They came out, performed, started out kind of slow, finally started to rotate that roster in there a little bit, try to wear down those football players of Rockwood. Had an effect late in the 2nd quarter. Kingston started to pull away a little bit.
So Rockwood shares a region with 4 other teams. Only 5 teams in that region. And that, you've got Oneida, you've got Monterey, you've got Wartburg, you've got Rockwood, and then, who am I missing there? Monterey, Oneida, York. And I think the region championship is going to come down between Rockwood and York. And the way Rockwood, they're senior laden, and they're a tough out for anybody. And there you see it on your screen. That's the region right there. If I'm a betting man right now,
I'm throwing money all over Rockwood.
I am. I think Rockwood wins that region.
Yeah. If they continue to grow and well, you got to stay healthy. They've got limited numbers on that roster, so they've got to stay healthy. But looking at that, I think Rockwood, if they stay healthy, they could win that region.
And, of course, we all want to know the status of Dryston Turner as well, as Coach Davis comes by and tells us good game.
Yeah, what a job by Kingston Yellow Jackets. They came out, did what they said they wanted to do, dominate the line of scrimmage, and really Rockwood put up a heck of a fight. So look at Kingston moving forward, the big 3-0, 4-0 now, leading that region by a heavy way.
That's a tough region right there.
Yeah,
Sweetwater. Sweetwater defeated this Rockwood team 35-0. Sweetwater is that's probably got the best team they've had in a few years.
By the time Kingston meets Sweetwater, it's going to be a different ball club. Kingston is going to continue to get better. As their quarterbacks and their running backs get more experience, this Kingston team's only going to get better moving forward. I cannot wait to see that matchup of Kingston-Loudon later on in this year. That's going to be a telltale.
Yeah, Loudon was in a dogfight tonight. Of course, they were down the last time I saw it, and I think this is the year that that Kingston takes Loudon, and so you look at that. That region's probably going to come down between Kingston and Sweetwater.
Well, I mean, you look at Roane County potentially having 2 region champion teams out of Rockwood and Kingston. Pretty impressive. Roane County football is built different down here, guys. Take it from the 100-person band here at Kingston. Take it from the 104-year-old man sitting in the press box watching his Kingston Yellow Jackets play for the 38th straight game. So, I mean, it's really cool to see some of these figures come out and support their teams, and we're just glad you tuned in with us here on BBB TV, and excited for the next game next week.
I got a final for you.
2 games next week. That's right.
That's
Thursday and Friday.
That's right. We have a Thursday and a Friday game. I got a final for you. Maryville, 14. Alcoa, 27.
Hey, what did I tell you in pregame?
Final.
Said it was the year of the Alcoa Naders.
Well, now that game has taken place, I want to tell you, Jesse Smithy got it wrong. He picked Maryville.
Hey, you can't ever go wrong.
Shame on you, Smithy. And we'll hear from him in the Friday Night Scoreboard Show, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. And we'll join that right at the conclusion of our game tonight. Some other final scores to give to you. Farragut defeats Oak Ridge tonight, 24-0. As you see, September 15th, by my calculation, that's 6 days away. So that will be on a Thursday. Oakdale and Coalfield. If Oakdale hung on to win tonight against Wartburg, we've not gotten a final, or we've not gotten a score update since halftime, but they led that game 14-6. Then both Oakdale and Coalfield will be 4-0 going into this game. And again, this will be Oakdale's first ever appearance on this television station, and Coach Boyles and co. Should be ready for that.
That's huge for that program. First time to ever be playing on TV. Those kids will be excited, and that's a testament to that Oakdale football team and what they're slowly building up there. With a very small roster, guys. They're averaging about a point a minute up there on the hill of Oakdale.
And you remember last week it was Oakdale was trailing going into the fourth quarter against Midway, scored 24 straight points to win that one 24-14. But then you look on that Friday, a week from today, it is South Doyle at Anderson County. Anderson County in a fight for its life tonight against Ray County. Last scoring update I had, they were down by 3 in the fourth quarter. So Anderson County will probably be ready for that matchup next week if things don't turn around for them. So we'll try to get you a scoring update from
There's
there.
the man with
gets in.
Interceptions every game. I'd like to know how many interceptions he's actually got on the season so far, but it's a lot.
Well, he had 2 against Oliver Springs when we had him, and then he had 2 tonight against Rockwood. So he's got 4 in the 2 games that that we've had him. So see Mr. Martin there as well. But
great atmosphere here tonight, guys. Everybody out doing their job. We've got police out here helping everybody get in and out safely. EMTs, ambulance services, athletic trainers, everybody out here doing a great job.
And there is big Nehemiah Story.
That kid right there is a ball player.
Yeah, I mean, as an announcer, I can tell you, and you watch any sport or you watch any announcer at any level of football, they don't really talk about the line as much as they should, with as important as the line is. But Nehemiah Story, a senior this year, he's written quite the story in his time at Rockwood. Heck of a player. We got to see him score a touchdown.
What do you think about this Tennessee versus Pitt game? What you got?
I think Tennessee's going to win.
I've got the same feeling. I'm thinking it's going to be about like 38 to 36 Tennessee.
I said 34-28.
Pitt's defensive line is a big difference from Ball State, so I'm kind of anxious to see what the Tennessee offensive line is able to do against that front. If they're able to prevent a lot of pressure, then it kind of lets us know that this might be a different Tennessee football ball team.
And Pitt's defense is Narduzzi.
They are good on defense. Even though West Virginia put up a lot of points on them, it was still a very good defensive team there.
Yeah. JT Daniels, a quarterback for West Virginia. How about that?
Seems like he's been playing for 15 years.
Yeah. How fun is this at the end of the game?
Yeah,
be on the field
faces,
and
the dads and with their kids celebrating. There's nothing better than high school football on a Friday night. And guys, if you're there at home, make sure you check out the call-in show tonight. You might have seen something we didn't. You might be at a different ball game. Call in, let the guys know what you think. And also, if you're interested in beef or fresh farm pork, please give Crooked Fork Farms a phone call, 865-206-7560. If you're in need of gravel, land clearing, any type of home improvement needs, give Crooked Fork Farms a phone call, 865-206-7560. You see all the services that Crooked Fork Farms offers. Brush control services. If you have a project at the house that you need a little extra help with, Crooked Fork Farms can answer that call.
That says fire breaks. Is that live during a fire?
Yeah,
it is.
We go in, and if there's a forest fire, sometimes you'll have a lot of large properties will have burn-offs. We'll go in and kind of have fire burns so that fire doesn't spread to adjoining properties. So if you're out there and you need something, you give us a call. Also, some of the best sauces and jams and jellies, barbecue sauces in the entire South, definitely in the Appalachians. Visit crookedforkfarms.com. They have some of the best gator jam, toe jam, some of the best jellies and jams that you could ever imagine. Yeah, toe jam. It's tangerine, orange, and elderberry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you mix them all three and it makes toe jam. And that's one of our top sellers, actually, the bear jam and all them and blackberries. You see there on the menu, we have ground beef, some of the best 21-day dry-aged beef that you could possibly find. If you want quality, you need to visit crookedforkfarms.com. USDA farm fresh beef and pork. There's the prices on the screen. If you are interested, visit crookedforkfarms.com. Go to their website, click on it, read up on them, see what you think. It's elite beef.
Also, well, let me tell you a quick story. I called in last week. We had a phenomenal game between Clinton and Oak Ridge. So I thought, you know what, I need to call in to the Friday Night Scoreboard show and just kind of say, hey, here was our perspective on it. Here's what happened. So I did, and I wanted to talk about the game, but I couldn't because I was asked about Crooked Fork Farms. So, I mean, of course, I told them exactly where to go, crookedforkfarms.com, and gave them some more information about it. And
in today's world, it's hard to get quality meat today in local grocery stores. So we are offering the quality of the meat to this area, and it's been a big sell for us. A lot of people have took notice. And, when you're having that special barbecue, you want to have the elite meat. You don't want to have the cheap stuff. The cheap stuff is what you're eating. It's cheap. So we take pride in our animals' health and well-being the entire time that they are with us. We believe that a happy animal has healthy meat. So we treat our animals differently, and it shows in the quality of the meat.
Yeah, it reminds me of an episode of King of the Hill where Hank normally got his meat at the Megalomart, and then, of course, they started selling this cheap meat, and he noticed the difference. He wasn't happy with it. So he started getting meat from a farm, and the episode ended. This has always been hilarious to me. He goes and looks at the cows and how they are happy, open grazing and stuff, and they were saying, okay, so here's the cow that will eventually make the meat, and he goes, delicious. And that's always been hilarious.
Well, that's one of the biggest things with our farm is popular is people like to see the cow that they're actually going to eat. That's been a big popular thing with a lot of our customers. They want to see the animal alive before they have it processed.
Well, yeah, you can kind of tell that, hey, that was a happy cow. Because
exactly.
I know it might sound stupid to people out there that don't know, but it is true. An animal in stress, it has an effect on their body, a biological effect, and those animals are lower quality.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Well, manufactured farming, corporation farming is kind of where that's got to, the maximum profit, and the animal well-being's coming last. So, guys, if you're looking for elite meat, the healthy kind, packed full of all the good nutrients, please give Crooked Fork Farms a phone call, because you definitely will not regret it. Your tongue will beat your doggone brain out.
So, I want to say one last time that Dudley Evans is a candidate for mayor of Rockwood, and he's cheering for Rockwood all season long. Came up short tonight, nothing to hang their head on, so a proud effort from them. And Evans doesn't want to micromanage the city, but wants to work with council representatives for the betterment of Rockwood. Plus, each day he will ask for the blessings from God upon it. A vote for Dudley Evans is a vote for making Rockwood thrive again. And that is Dudley Evans for Rockwood Mayor, and that is paid for by the candidate. But also, on the other side of that, current Mayor Mike Brillo Miller and council members Bobby Anderson, Steve Bryant, Peggy Evans, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and April Faust Wilson, all big fans of the Rockwood Fighting Tigers. And they hope that Rockwood has a winning season this year so that they'll be in the playoff picture at the end of it. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers. Play hard every night and win, win, win. And I think that this Rockwood Tigers team will make both Dudley Evans and Mike Brillo Miller very happy. And you know what? We apologize for getting that trivia question wrong earlier about the winning kick in the state championship in 1976. We said it was Lee Arnold Wilkerson. That was actually the holder. And the person who actually hit it was Terry Jordan. Brought Rockwood a state championship all the way back in 1976.
Can you imagine Roane County football in the 70s with the likes of Kingston winning the state championship, Rockwood, and Oliver Springs was good in the 70s, and Harriman was loaded in the 70s. I mean, it would have been pretty crazy back in the day.
A lot of good sports in this area around that time. So, I just wonder how this Anderson County game is going, because last there was under 4 minutes left, and Ray County was leading 38-35.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's a dogfight.
Ray County running that triple option, it gives a lot of teams fits because you don't see it week in, week out, and it's hard to prepare for a triple option offense in 1 week.
Yeah, so I don't know how that game has turned out. I don't have an update on that, but I can tell you that if you will just tune in following our broadcast to the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show, you'll have Anderson County fans, you'll have Oak Ridge fans, you'll have fans from all over the area calling in to talk about their games tonight. So want to encourage everyone to call in and
participate,
be a part of that.
Yeah.
It's such a fun show. And of course, Cox will be there to they'll be talking about the UT football game tomorrow as well. So I'm getting the signals. I've gotten the hook around my neck. I'm being drug off the stage. So we will send it back to that station for that free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show. But I want to say thank you to OEB Law, to everyone for tuning in tonight, to all of our sponsors, and to you, my friend, for being a part of this with me. Once again, James Gibson. I'm Aaron Harvey, telling everyone so long.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this pre-owned 2020 Ford Edge ST all-wheel drive, $46,590. 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, $51,590. 2019 Lincoln Continental, $41,970. Need car service? Visit our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center today.
Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Rinnai, hot water for all.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.